Okay, this video is going to help you solve questions 2 through 4 in session 4, quiz 1. And this has to do with when does it make sense for a firm to stay in business even though they're taking a loss? And what we need to do is we need to focus on a TC, a VC, and marginal cost. Those are your average total cost, average variable cost, and marginal cost. And I give you a table with all these costs. And in order to make sense of that table, let's look at this graphically. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw, price here, quantity here. And let's look at an ATC curve. And let's look at a average variable cost curve. Now let's also pick a rate of output. Let's pick this rate of output right here. Now let's assume, well, when you're producing this rate of output, how can you determine its average total cost? Well, it's easy. You just go up. Let me use a different color. You just go up until you hit the ATC curve, and then you move over to the right. And this is the average total cost for that rate of output. Now, to figure out the average variable cost, again, you start with the rate of output and you move up until you hit the VC. And this is the average variable cost at that rate of output. Now, please remember the formula for ATC. ATC equals AFC plus AVC. So in other words, average total cost equals average fixed cost plus average variable cost. Well, look at what we have here. Do you see how we have ATC right here, ATC, and we're given average variable cost? Well, that means the difference must be AFC, and the difference is going to be the vertical distance between here and here. So this must be AFC. Now, let me just do a little erasing here to clean things up. So I'm just going to erase this and this. And, well, I'm going to erase this line right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my pen. Where's my pen? And what I'm going to say, let's pick a price. Let's say, I'm going to erase some more stuff. Let me just get rid of this and this. Look, now things look a little cleaner. Let's pick a price. Let's pick a price right here. Now, if this firm is charging this price, do you notice how this price is covering all of your average variable cost and some of your average fixed cost? So if your price is below ATC, so if your price is below ATC, but it is above AVC, you stay in business because you're covering all of your variable costs, right? And you're covering some of your average fixed costs. So stay in business and temporarily produce. Well, what if your price falls even further? Well, let's clean it up a little bit. Get rid of that price. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Now let's lower the price. What if your price falls to right here? Well, if your price falls here, notice how your revenues fall here. So in this case, you're not covering all of your average variable cost, and you're not covering any of your average fixed costs. So in this particular case, you would temporarily shut down Because if you temporarily shut down, you will still have your fixed costs, but at least you will save your average variable cost. So let's go back to question number 2. Question number 2 is, it's asking you, when does it make sense for this firm to continue to produce, even though it's taking a loss? Well, it will produce as long as price is below minimum ATC, but above your AVC. As soon as price drops below AVC, then you shut down. So what you've got to do is, in the short run, this is the short run, short run. Oh, how about I spell short running properly? This is the short run. In the short run, stay in business as long as this holds. When your price is below ATC, but above AVC. You shut down in the short run when price drops below AVC. So if you find, let's say, the lowest value for AVC on that table in question number 2 through 4, when price drops below AVC, the lowest AVC, you would shut down. Now, what about the long run? Well, in the long run, we don't even have to worry about AVC. As soon as price drops below minimum ATC, you would shut down because you're not willing to accept any sort of loss in the long run. So you would just look at your ATC and look at the lowest value of ATC. As soon as price drops below that, you shut down. So hopefully this helps you solve some of those problems in questions 2 through 4.